We've all signed it.
Good morning and welcome to the Knox County Commissioners regular session for June 9th, 2026. We'll call the meeting to order and we'll start out this morning with the public hearing number 2 for fiscal year 2026 Knox County Community Development Block Grant CDBG program. Then I'll turn it over to you. You can introduce yourself.
Great. I'm Jillian Flowers and the CDC of Ohio. I help the county write and administer grant programs. And today we're here to talk about the upcoming deadline, which is tomorrow, for the PY26 allocation and neighborhood revitalization program. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the activities that will be within the scope of work of these projects. And then we also have some guests with us that are representing their respective organizations, and they'll talk a little bit more about their projects as well. So for the allocation application, the Knox County Commissioners receive $156,000. That's on a biannual basis. And you can tell there that it's kind of split in a couple of different ways. And so fair housing and administration, that comes directly out of the grant. So Knox County, that they hire CDC of Ohio, and we administer the grant on your behalf. So we have two projects. We have the Village of Danville stormwater improvements, $67,800, and then Berlin Township ADA improvements, and that's $57,000. So all in, we're within our budget. The funds used in Berlin Township will remove the front porch and existing concrete block foundation and floor topper / staircase and replace them with matching materials.
Is that at the township building?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the project also includes removal of the existing side ramp and replaced with a new 40-inch wide by 70-foot long ramp constructed with treated wood and composite decking and railing.
Oh, that run down the side of the building
Yes,
wall.
yes. Should I speak?
Sure.
Yeah, could you introduce yourself so people on the radio will
Hi,
know?
Jack Farley. I'm a Berlin Township trustee.
Okay.
And that 70 feet, of course, the ADA, except it has to be just 1 inch of elevation. It has to be 1 foot in length for every inch of elevation. That's why our ramp is 70 feet long and it makes it expensive. I feel, as far as Berlin Township, a lot of residents in the township, they don't get much from us. A lot of them live on county roads, and I think it's very important we keep a polling place for us before we vote. And to have the ADA ramp and the porch fixed is important to us.
So if I'm facing your township hall, it'll run down the right-hand side. That's
It's the left.
the left.
The left.
Right.
The front porch has deteriorated over the years. The concrete got so bad, somebody put boards on top of the concrete, and they're bad. I don't know if you remember that when you were there.
Yeah.
We'd like to get it fixed. I mean, it's a good enough building. Like I say, I feel it's very important for us to have a place. And we'll go
I
borrow
agree.
a church or something to vote.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, so part of the reason that we qualified this project is, of course, because of the ADA improvements. So it'll serve handicap residents as they come in for either voting or for township meetings. So that is good to go and in great shape there. Is there anything else that you would like to say about your project?
No, I think you got a pretty good, do you have any questions?
So it has been approved already, gone through those hoops, or?
So you will be approving it today.
Okay.
Mhm.
I saw that on the calendar, so I didn't know whether you had any more dancing to do on it.
Well, I have a little bit of dancing to do, but we're in good shape. And of course, everything will be finalized and
Great.
submitted to the state tomorrow.
When will they be able to start that project?
So the timeline there, we typically get announcements September-ish. And then grant agreements follow that. Then we do an environmental review process and a release
So
of
it's next
funds.
year.
Yes, and that all has to happen by February 15th of 27.
The
So
project needs to be completed or
The-
started by February.
it can start as early.
That's February.
Yes. So
So miss this year's election.
Right, but that's okay. We'll, with knowing that we can do this, we can.
Go ahead,
Band-Aid-
start it.
We can band-aid things and, you know. it'd be good.
That's good. Yes, definitely.
yeah,
So I have a question for you, not really pertaining to them, but let's say that this project you think is good. If somebody had the upfront money to do this project and then wait for the grant, is that possible or no? Do you understand what I'm asking you?
If they-
So if I wanted
pay
to,
for any work that's been done.
so they can't have that project done and then take the money back, like they fronted the money.
No,
Okay.
because this is all federal funds.
Okay.
So of course, with the release of funds, the state and federal government have essentially given the blessing that
Sure.
it's a project that can move forward. And we have to do environmental reviews, and also it's subject to Davis-Bacon prevailing wage.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Walt.
So allocation funds will also be used in the village of Danville to install 270 linear feet of 12-inch storm pipe and 3 catch basins on South Market Street. This, we initially thought we were targeting some sidewalks with the allocation funds, but after cost estimates came in, they were a little bit high. So the engineer said, you know, for this particular project, we would have to address the stormwater issues before we can put a sidewalk over top of it. It's currently an open ditch. So we will still address the sidewalks as part of the neighborhood grant, but for allocation purposes, it's essentially going to be site prep.
So so we have Joe was already here with us from Danville. So your plan then is you'll get this phase done, then when will the sidewalks be done?
So that's part of the neighborhood project. We're going to leverage them with each other. So the reason why we kind of took those that scope out is in case for whatever reason the village would not be awarded the neighborhood grant, they would still get something. So our hopes are that, you know, the allocation of course is funded as it is, as well as the neighborhood grant, because we can do those kind of simultaneously, get that stormwater mitigation completed, and then do the sidewalks in the same grant program.
So I see 3 streets down there, Market, Richards, and Walnut. Are those all in Danville?
Mhm.
Okay.
Does that end your project there? Cause you've done parks, right? Or in the process of parks?
Yes, the park is near where the storm sewer is gonna be.
Okay.
Taken care of.
Right.
Interesting enough, we had a car accident, not too long ago that we went into that ditch.
Oh, really?
That ditch is very famous for turning too soon or not turning
Yeah.
or something, and they end up laying in that ditch, so this is gonna be a nice safety feature for
Good.
sure.
So Julian, I think you'll talk about that.
Yes, so also included will be a restroom facility at the Memorial Park. That is something that back when ODOT had the program, they had a roadside
Yes.
restroom program. That is something that we heard throughout the public process that they would like to see some type of restroom there. And also the village, of course, sees that as you know, a way to keep people in Danville when they come to Danville, as well as all of the residents that are visiting the parks. They're going to the stadium and those type of things. So that was a highly requested activity out of
Well, the
this.
bike trail goes right by there too.
Correct.
Yep.
Just as a side note, we've had about 35 plus travelers on bikes coming through our village this year already. And they've stayed the night at our primitive camp that we have. And we have kind of, well, it's
Yeah.
we have a garden hose situation, and we have a restroom, but the restroom is porta pod. So a more stable facility would be, I think, much welcomed.
So that camp area, can side note, is that towards Howard then?
Yeah, it's part of the Kokosing
Okay.
Park area where they enter or exit into the Kokosing Trail.
So you're looking for a shower and toilets?
Well, there won't be necessarily a shower per se,
Garden hose
but
still in play.
Yeah.
the facility would be a little better, more conducive for if you want to change your clothes out or something.
But the garden hose will still
The
be.
garden hose may still be, we've talked about an outdoor shower set up, but we haven't done that yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, so with that facility, the actual restroom itself, it's a precast. And so it's supposed to be like vandalism proof. And the additional costs that go into that are the electrical service and then the water and sewer hookup, which everything is right there. It just needs to be.
So 185,000 will cover all those things you just mentioned.
Yep.
It'll just be a year-round facility, it won't be something that we shut down in the fall.
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah.
Keep it open year-round to anybody that comes through. Would have an opportunity to be able to use that facility.
Good.
So let's see here. We've got Market Street sidewalk improvements and Walnut Street sidewalk improvements. Also 2,500 linear feet of street improvements on Richard Street. This was a difficult decision, of course, just from the amount that we have available to us and all of the requests that we received. We actually received over 12 cost estimates for activities, and there are some areas that the village would have liked to have seen be funded through this program, but the numbers just don't work. So Joe and I have kind of had a conversation to maybe target those projects that will not be moving forward into what's called the flexible grant program. And starting July 1, those funds are available. So we can absolutely submit a pre-application to see if we could get in on the 26 funds. Worst case scenario, we would try in 27 and get those funds. So, 750,000, it's a lot of money for the village. Once you start, stacking these activities, it gets used up pretty quickly. So, and there are other grants, resources out there that we think that would be a match for some of the other activities as well.
Most of our, almost all of our projects that we have estimates for, that some of them we're not gonna be able to go forward with immediately, have some feature of safety, some feature of just better transportation through the village. And it just, they're all unique, but they have a component of that in each of the projects.
It's probably been a while since you had some updates down in Danville, hadn't it? I mean.
Well, we truly struggle with taking care of the streets itself, the
Right,
roadways.
yes.
We might do a big project that takes about 3 city blocks, and we can't do it again for
Yeah.
a few more years till we save up the funding,
Right.
or get funding some other way. The tax base just isn't there
Right.
to cover that. A lot of people don't understand or realize that just 2 city blocks could be about 40 some $1,000, just
Yeah.
a little bit of asphalt. They don't see that, understand that.
But all your restaurants are good, doing well.
The restaurants are doing well. I'm we're very blessed with food we have.
And the annual raccoon dinner.
Well, that too.
That's how-
We're taking it this year. as
Did
the
you?
first- I went before that, the line was so long,
Right.
I couldn't wait for 2 more hours, so. But I did have it this year and it was good.
Good. Glad you liked it.
Certainly.
Good event. Very good event.
In the last, couple of years, I've been working with the county for about 5 years in this capacity. We've done critical infrastructure grants and allocation grants. This is the first time the village is pursuing a neighborhood revitalization in quite a while. I don't know, maybe Jason could tell.
Been a while.
Yeah. So I'm really happy and pleased with Danville and their commitment. This is a very rigorous process that all hands on deck, community engagement. Joe and Joel and their team they've gone above and beyond to get this project to the finish line. So, I think the residents would be really happy to see this, this blank slate that's now turned into, more comprehensive plan.
Well, I know we certainly appreciate what you've done for the county and the villages, the money.
Yeah, we've put a lot of money in Danville through CDBG, but
Mhm.
Yes.
obviously you qualify. That's
Right.
it certainly makes it easier, but we've done a lot of projects and different things down there over the years, for sure.
So timing for this project on the Market Street, Richards, Walnut. So I assume that we're talking at 2027.
Yeah, that would be
Before-
the soonest that we could do construction. It's a 26-month grant period. So we actually have until August of 2028 to complete it.
Okay, you don't want to take that long, do you, Joe?
We will, but we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll see. Typically with projects that are a little bit more complex, like a neighborhood revitalization, that first year tends to be like a design year for the engineers to get everything ready. I personally like to put things out to bid at the very beginning of the year to get better prices and get on contractor schedules. So that's kind of the pace that we've been on in a lot of the other projects. So we'll continue. If the engineer has things ready before then, we'll do it before then.
That's good. And I don't know if you said the total in that neighborhood revitalization was 750,000.
Yep, so all of the activities construction wise, they add up to 700,000, and then the administration on that is 50,000, all in at 750,000.
Plus 67.8 from the top.
Correct. That's a leveraged component. Yep.
So you're almost 800,000.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Anything else? We appreciate all of you being here.
Thanks,
Thank you
Jim.
all.
Thank you for having.
Very good.
Well, good to see you.
Yes,
So good to see you.
so that'll conclude this hearing then, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Joe and Walt.
Thank you for hearing us.
Yeah, congratulations. It looks like.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it sounds that way, huh?
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like congratulations are in order.
Yeah, thank you. all. Thank you, Joe. Walt.
You don't have to do that. I can send them. And then I'll send you and then the three.
Well, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes, it's stored on and set aside.
You'll need to have Jason.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
Jason hasn't signed. Yes.
So, all right, Commissioners, so our first item for business then is to approve that application for the year 2026 Community Development Block Grant, and I'll just kind of run these down again for the record. Village, the first one is $156,000 from allocation funds, and this will be $67,800 for the Village of Danville sidewalks. Berlin Township ADA improvements for $57,000. Administration of $28,200 and fair housing for $3,000.
That sidewalks is, she corrected that. Yeah, that one that she said is gonna be stormwater.
Stormwater, not sun.
I'd make a motion, we approve.
And then let me do the others quick, Bill. So
Do all of those?
Included in that is the Village of Danville neighborhood improvements of $700,000, administration of $50,000. So all of that will be in one resolution.
Okay. So take a motion, we approve that.
Yeah, second.
All those in favor say
All
aye.
right.
And then we have the approved community development block grant environmental review certification for general administration, fair housing and planning. It's a requirement of the grant.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Then we have approved the community development block grant residential anti-displacement and relocation assistant plan certification. It's also required for the grant.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Okay, Commissioners, we talked about this before. This resolution is to extend the Authorization to direct the county auditor to implement the local permissive homestead exemption pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 319.304. You had this in place last year for 12 months, and this resolution would then extend that for one more year.
Motion to approve.
And second, and Jason, would you clarify for people as to who that impacts?
That says that, I'm gonna read it in the resolution here. It says it is designed to reduce the property tax burden for qualifying seniors and permanently and total disabled Ohioans by shielding a portion of their home's market value from taxation.
Okay.
So low income seniors and permanently and totally disabled Ohioans.
I know we had
that's-
several people walk in and thank us last year when this was all done. So,
Motion. Did you get a second?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Just need to
all
vote.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then we have approved a software service agreement with Knox County Department of Job and Family Services and Facilities Management LLC.
Motion to approve.
Second,
All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Requires all of these signatures. Then we have a contractor agreement between Knox County Department of Job and Family Services, Alina and Angelina Ward for the Ohio Medium Summer Youth Job.
The second or first, make that motion. Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have the shared funding agreement 2027. This is where the JFS can pull local funds for community services and support for behavior treatment, residential placement. For Knox County Department of Job and Family Services, the County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Mental Health Recovery Board of Knox and Licking County and Knox County Juvenile Court.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And Commissioner, just a couple things. I think we had discussed this at one point. Just it's time for the senior levy to go back on the ballot for November. We're not going to approve that today, but I just want to make you aware of that. So either Thursday or next week, Mallory could start step one. There's a couple steps that are required. I think typically this isn't you're just allowing it to go on the ballot.
Right.
The taxpayers decide if they want to renew the levy. So I just want to make you aware, if everybody's good, we'll put that on the agenda.
Yeah,
As
let's
it
do.
comes. Yeah, perfect. Also to make you aware, the village of Centerburg sent us a letter, and there's Cheryl's article has been talking about the potential annexation of Hazel Heights, on whether the homeowners are interested or not interested. I'll pass this letter down. He did submit a copy of the letter that they've sent to the residents, and it outlines the pros and the cons of annexation into the village. So I just want to make you aware that, Mallory, you can maybe make a note into the record that we received that. And then for commissioners to review.
And that's been something we've been working on for 30 years.
Let's see, I think. Couple items that we just received that enter into the record as well that Mallory has on there. The Knox County Treasurer Report for depository and investment income. The total for the month of May was $75,736.48. So we did receive that. We received a letter from Pivotal Development LLC, and this was just relating to that north of Vernon. So we did receive that. And then we had a letter from the National Church Residences of Mount Vernon LLC. And this is relating to senior housing. Let's see.
Is there a location for that,
It
Jason?
says National Church Residences of Mount Vernon.
Street.
Yeah, will be formed. Plans to generate a partnership for rental development located within 1/2 mile radius of your political jurisdiction. They're trying to get Ohio Housing Trust funds. And this will be for Mount Vernon senior housing between West Burgess Street and West Hamtramck Street.
It's up here.
Oh, Mulberry.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
So they were just entering, they just sent a letter to notify you of that as well. So we'll put that into the record. And there's your minutes, and then And then obviously at 11:15, you have your tax review meeting with KDF, and then at 1:30, you'll be back up here for your developer, DK amendment, so you gotta pull that. And I don't have anything else for you other than that, Commissioner.
Seeing as we're pressed for time, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Okay, so moved.
We stand adjourned.